In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create Marksheet in Microsoft Excel. By the end, you will have a simple Marksheet that lists students, shows subject marks, and automatically calculates totals, averages, and pass or fail results. This is a great way to practice basic Excel formatting and formulas, and it saves time compared to doing everything by hand. First, open Microsoft Excel and look at the grid where you will build your Marksheet. The layout we are using is straightforward. Column A will hold student names, Row 2 will hold subject headers, and the marks will go across the next cells. Now type student names in column A, starting from cell A3. As you do this, make sure each name goes into a separate cell down the column. Excel will keep everything aligned, which makes the later formulas easier to use. Next, you will set up the subjects so the sheet makes sense at a glance. This step is important because it creates the headings for the marks you are about to enter. Enter subject names as headers across row 2 starting from cell B2. So you will start in cell B2 and then move right to add the next subject names in the following columns. For example, you might enter 3 subjects, but the key point is that your headers should match the marks you plan to enter below them. Now that your student names and subject headers are in place, you can fill in the marks. Take a moment to check that you are in the correct row and columns, then fill in the marks for each student in cells B3 to D5. This means you will enter the first student's marks in row 3 across columns B to D. Then you will do the same for the next student in row 4, and again for row 5. As you enter these values, keep them as numbers so Excel can calculate totals and averages correctly. After the marks are entered, the next step is to calculate the total marks automatically. Totals help you quickly see performance without manually adding values. Click cell E3 and type $SOM B3 D3. This formula adds the marks from B3, C3, and D3. Then press Enter. You should see the total appear in cell E3, reflecting the sum of the 3 subject marks for the first student. Now you will calculate the average, which is commonly used as a percentage or grade indicator. This is the next logical step after totals because it summarizes performance in a single number. Click cell F3 and type average B3 D3. Press Enter to compute the average of the same 3 marks. The value in cell F3 is now your average for the first student, calculated directly from the inputs. Once total and average are ready, you can create the final pass or fail result. This step uses a conditional formula, which checks your average and returns a result based on a threshold. Click cell G3 and type F3 F3 50. Pass fail. Then press Enter. Excel will check whether the value in F3 is 50 or higher. If it is, the cell shows pass. If it is lower than 50, it shows fail. At this point, your first row is fully set up with calculations and the result. What remains is repeating the same logic for the other students. Highlight cells E3 to G3. This selection includes the total, average, and pass or fail cells for the first student. Then drag the fill handle down to row 5. As you do this, Excel will automatically copy the formulas and adjust the cell references for each student row, so the totals, averages, and results update correctly for rows 4 and 5. After dragging the fill handle, take a quick moment to verify everything looks right. Check that the totals in column E match the sums of the subject marks in each row. Confirm that the averages in column F correspond to the average of those same marks. Finally, make sure the pass or fail outcomes in column G match the average values you entered. That covers everything you need to know. And that is all there is to it.